Hi, my name is Amanda and I started learning how to crochet about 9 months ago. I've made some blankets, I made a bandana, I've made some amigurumi, some random one-off projects, and right now I'm working on the Betty McKnit 7-day star blanket, and I've been working on that for 4 months and it's driving me crazy because I still have 6 balls of yarn to work through. And each row takes me multiple hours now. So I kind of need a little project to work on in between where I'm in the mood to crochet, but I really should work on that one, but I need a break. I need something to kind of bounce in between. The only other project I have right now that I'm working on is my temperature blanket, and I need a small project. I need something where the rows take like a minute and a half rather than well over an hour, and both of them have pretty long rows. The blanket isn't too bad, maybe like 20 minutes per row because it's moss stitch. It's still taking me a while. So what I wanted to do, and what I've been wanting to do for a while, is learn how to Tunisian crochet. So big shout out to tlyarncrafts because she is the queen of Tunisian crochet here on YouTube. Actually, what got me into Tunisian crochet, I was not really interested in it. I'm not personally really interested in learning how to knit either. Crochet was just something that randomly really I liked. But in one video, she was wearing a scarf with these big color blocks, and it was so beautiful. And it's not really my personal style, like really at all, but specifically this scarf looked so amazing on her, and I was like, I need to make that. I need that. I don't know why, but I need that. And she made it using Tunisian crochet. She's got a pattern and a video about how to do it. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna have to learn how to make Tunisian crochet because I want to make that scarf. So I knew I wanted to do it for a while, and I needed a hook set. So a lot of the personal preference, I prefer to use metal hooks, and a lot of the Tunisian crochet sets are bamboo, or they're like ridiculously expensive, and I'm not even sure if I like the style of crochet, so I didn't want to go investing in like a set that's more than $150. That seemed like a lot for me. So I got this set off of Amazon that she reviewed the same set, but it was on like AliExpress or Wish or something like that. I prefer not to shop on those sites, so I found something that looked like it was the same set on Amazon, and I'm fairly sure it is. I'm sure they just ordered it from AliExpress and mark it up. But I was willing to pay the markup to not have to order on those sites. So I think this was like $40 max, and they're really pretty. They're shiny, they're nice. I haven't gotten to use them yet. They've got cords that I can attach, though I'm sure I don't need a particularly long one because it's just a scarf. So I haven't gotten to try these out yet. I'm thinking this is a good opportunity because I want a little project to work on when I need a break from my big blanket. So we're going to try these out, and let me show you the yarn we're going to use. For some reason, I was misremembering that I had gotten solids for this. They're mostly solid. This is a beautiful set of 50-gram skeins from Wildfloweryarn. She's an independent dyer in the UK. Go ahead and open that so that noise isn't too bad. This set is gorgeous. It's all merino wool. Now, my lighting's a little bit yellow, so this looks peach in the viewfinder. This is a white, creamy color. It's got these little speckles of color in them. It's like funfetti. This whole collection, this is the Confetti 2.0 collection. They all have that kind of confetti-like look. And obviously confetti-like. They look like funfetti to me. And what I wanted to do was the scarf. Let me look up the name of it, and then I'll show you a picture of what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so it's called the Rainbow Ridge Scarf. It's basically got these just big diagonal chunks of color, and I don't know why it was calling out to me so much, but I really want to make it. Now, this is a smaller yarn. I believe this is worsted weight. So in her pattern, I think she uses a size 5 or 6. Yeah, she uses her apricity yarn, so I think I'm going to need a few more stitches than she does, but I think this collection will look super cute as just these big confetti-like stripes, and they've got these confetti dots, so all of the colors will tie in together. Of course, they will look cohesive because they're all from the same set, but it's a rainbow that's really tied together throughout the whole scarf, and I am hoping that I have 7 50-gram skeins, so 350 grams of yarn hopefully is enough for a full scarf. I think it will work just fine. I'm really excited. So I think I'm gonna try and get started with this. I've been putting this project off for a while because I wanted to finish my star blanket, and I feel kind of like I'm doing something wrong by starting this. Like, I really do need to finish my blanket, and I am gonna continue working on it, but I'd like a little project that I can just put down and pick up. This one I'm certainly not in a rush for because it's July. I'm not gonna be able to use it for many more months, but I'm just dying to use some of this yarn. So let's get this caked up. Not my best cake, but it will do. I'm just gonna cake everything up. Because at this point, if I've started the scarf, it doesn't take as long as I thought it would. So I probably could finish this week. A nice little break from my star blanket, which I'm still gonna work on in the evenings because I definitely need to get it done. I want to get it done. That was gonna be my summer project. And we're now mostly through summer. And there's still a lot of work to do on that. So yeah, let's cake up some little guys. Hi, I'm Toni, the crochet designer behind tlyarncrafts, and I am so excited for you to grab your hook and learn something new with me. Now, I'm going to go for 26. Just be very careful when you make your foundation chains that you don't make them too tight. So when you look are nice and stretchy, nice deep V's going on there, you should be able to move and stretch. Okay, I am 5 rows in. Check it out. Oh, the camera being a pain. Can you see that ribbed pattern? So this is, I guess, the back. Here's the front. You can definitely see that ribbed pattern. It's really beautiful. I really like the fabric it's making. I'm having this issue where my side is drooping in, like curling in. It's not like the most egregious. I think blocking would probably fix it. I don't think I'm dropping stitches. It doesn't look like I'm dropping stitches. It just looks like I'm curling inwards. Maybe I'm like missing. I'm not going into the right end piece. I'm not sure. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe it's just that I started out a little looser than I needed to. I think it's pretty, isn't it? Look at that. This confetti yarn is really beautiful. So in the pattern, she says to go 6 rows in the first color, but she's using like 24 colors. I've got 7. And I started with a chain of 18 because I like a thicker scarf, and I actually think that was probably a good call, especially with this edge curling in. So I'm going to go up to 8 rows, I think, and then change colors, maybe 10. I like the chunkier looking rows, and since this is a smaller yarn, I think a few extra rows will probably give me the look I want. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I will see you when I do my first color change. This is a lot of fun. Okay, so I just reached row 10, and this is what we're looking like. This is the back side. This is the front. Maybe about 2.5 inches in. I think it's looking so pretty. And I love this yarn. It definitely is giving funfetti. I think I realized what was wrong with the edge there. You can see the past few rows, it's gotten much flatter. I think I was going in the wrong loops the first few. I'm gonna fight the urge to frog it and fix it. I think while I'm weaving this end in, I can probably bring these sides in a little bit to help even it out. But it's my first time ever trying Tunisian crochet, trying to learn not to be a perfectionist, all those good things. Alrighty, it has been a couple of weeks since I finished the scarf. I've been going through some rough migraine, physical health stuff, so I haven't gotten a chance to kind of talk about my final thoughts about learning Tunisian crochet, trying it for the first time, all that good stuff. So this is my finished scarf. I'll insert some clips with my nice lens and all that good stuff. It came out super duper cute. I adore it. Honestly, when I'd finished it, I was like, I don't think I actually like this. I think I may have looked at it a little too long. And this scarf took me less than a week to complete. So I was working on it quite a bit. And scarves are pretty quick in general, but yeah, I really like how it turned out. So I think I mentioned in the other clips that I was using random number generation to pick out which color I would use next. And I ended up having to add some rules partway through to make sure I wasn't getting too repetitive because it was only 7 numbers. So of course, sometimes it will repeat, and I didn't want it to look like a repetitive pattern. I wanted it to look random. And I wanted to make sure I used each color twice. And I did do that for both. I wanted to make sure I got each color at least twice, and I did that. So I'm really happy with it. It's very warm. It's very soft. This is a superwash merino wool, so it's certainly very much not the weather to be wearing it. It's 95 out today, but it's really pretty. The colors are just beautiful. I love the speckles in this yarn because it kind of ties all the colors together, where with this random rainbow, you might not always get cohesion there. I think it actually works in this yarn's favor really well. Of course, all of these were from that Confetti 2.0 collection from Wildfloweryarn, so of course they all will look good together. They were designed to look good together, but you know, with a bunch of different colors, like pastel colors, it can sometimes not look cohesive at the end, but this looks perfect. I really love how it came out. The yarn was very lovely to work with. This is not the first yarn I've used from Wildflower. It certainly won't be the last. Most of my stash is made up with her yarn at this point. But yeah, it came out really beautiful. The back is a different pattern. I guess I wasn't expecting that when I started because a crochet, there is a slight difference between the front and the back, but more or less it looks pretty much the same either way. But this very obviously has a side that has this ribbed texture, and then it has a side where it is still pretty, but it's just different. It looks different. I didn't anticipate that, and I don't dislike it. It's just something I didn't really think about being a thing. But yeah, I really love how the scarf came out. Tunisian crochet is a lot of fun. Now, I think I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm not super interested at this point in learning how to knit. I'm not saying I won't ever be interested in it, but right now it's not really in my 5-year plan. So having Tunisian crochet under my belt where I can get knit-like finishes without knowing how to knit is really fun. And now I don't know that it's fair to say like Tunisian crochet is a replacement for knitting. I don't think that's true. It's different than standard crochet. It's different than knitting. They all exist in, you know, the craft sphere. But being able to get a finish like this, which would be, I think, impossible in regular crochet, is really special. So I really enjoy it. And if you're interested in learning how to do Tunisian crochet, I cannot recommend enough trying this pattern. It's very approachable. If you can do single crochets or double crochets in standard crochet, you can do this. It's the only part that I had trouble with was the ends, but I picked that up pretty quick too. And weaving in my ends at the beginning fixed the issue that I caused by not knowing where the last stitch was. I could just weave it in, close it up so it doesn't look significantly wider in one section. And now I haven't blocked this. I'm not sure that I'm going to. At some point it will get washed. It's going to be on my neck, so it will need to be washed at some point. When that happens, I will let it naturally block. Yeah, I really love it. It came out really nice. This is a great length. What I really wanted to be able to do was have part of it in front, wrap it around, and throw it in the back, which I can do. So I'm happy as far as that's concerned. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you give it a try. And honestly, Tunisian crochet, super fun. It's a nice change of pace from regular crochet. And this pattern specifically, this rib stitch, pretty mindless. So I'm excited to make my family some scarves for the holidays because it was pretty quick to work up. Like I said, this only took me 4 or so days. And it's a good size scarf. It looks very pretty. It looks much more professional than things I gave them last year. So I'm excited to work on that. And I hope you have a good rest of your morning, evening, night. And I will see you next time. Bye.